Welcome back to Wonderland On Points, everybody. We are having fun on this Midweek Mini presented by Yahoo Travel. We're glad you're with us because it has been a wild and crazy week in the world of points and miles. Did you ever watch that show when we were growing up, Wild and Crazy Kids? I just slipped into it when I said that.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a throwback for sure.
Yes, throwback. It's a Wednesday, but I'm having a Throwback Thursday moment. So this week has been wild in points and miles. When we were doing a roundup in our own minds of what to chat with you guys about this week, we were like, what in the world is happening?
What is happening? Is it a full moon?
It must be. It must be. The teachers out there, let us know if it is a full moon because I know that you guys know. The first thing that happened is all of this crazy World of Hyatt news broke, okay? Over on Reddit, where a lot of people get breaking news, things tend to leak in the Reddit world, right? So the people in tune with Reddit started pumping out some information that World of Hyatt announced all kinds of changes. And the crazy thing was, it seemed very plausible because this is the time of year that Hyatt does typically announce some news. They announce their what we call devaluations. They call, award chart changes. Hotels may change to category 4 or 5, etc., move around. So when the news broke, it was like, oh, wow, this looks and sounds very legit.
Oh, it seemed totally believable. Something about adding a category 9 and adding a category 10. And it just did not seem surprising. It did not seem far-fetched. We were like, okay, let's see where this is going. I don't know that this is necessarily going to be news that we want, but we're ready for it. Things are always changing in this game. Not surprising. And then very shortly later, we find out that this was all like a psychological operation being done by a university class. That was my understanding, is that this was an assignment to see how many people would share completely unsubstantiated information online. And boy, did they target the right people and did a really good job of making it believable, because this spread quickly and then very quickly had to be walked back. And I think it is a lesson to us all to be just a little bit careful about what we are spreading and sharing. It is scary. It scares me to death. People are impressionable and they believe everything they hear.
It was created with AI, and so it took things that were very believable and just whipped them together. It talked about a new credit card, and there have been rumors swirling all last year that Hyatt this year is coming out with a new credit card. So that's why it seems so believable. It's like, okay, it's here. Here's all the new information. Take it and run with it. But man, that was a wild day. I sent it to you. I screenshotted it and was like, Joe, look at all of this. Let's read about these changes. And then, a short time later was like, well, never mind. Is it April Fool's?
That is what it felt like. And we're pretty careful. Like we get facts from multiple sources before we bring them to you, but even we fully bought into that. Obviously, we wouldn't have blasted it out without first making sure it was real, but it still, it made me a little cautious of even my own inclination to just believe things right when I see them. And we can apply this to our lives on a whole, you guys. Don't believe everything you see or hear or read, because the internet will lie to you.
And let us just say right now, we just do our best to bring you guys the news in points and miles, but we don't have any kind of special access to knowledge. So we kind of collect from what's out there and put it together so that we can bring it to you in one place. So we do our best. Hopefully always fact check us too, okay? And things change from the time we record to the time things release sometimes. So always double check what you hear, even if it comes from us. Do your own double checking.
Amen. And we make mistakes. Our friend Betsy posted a fantastic reel this week, and I really liked it because she was like, you know how people become experts? It's because they are willing to make mistakes, because they're willing to pursue knowledge, pursue hard things, get things wrong sometimes, and then admit when they're wrong. Okay? We have been and will continue to sometimes be wrong, but we work very, very hard to make sure we're bringing you the most accurate of everything that we can.
If you guys are new to our podcast and you haven't heard the episodes with our friend Betsy, you can find her on Instagram, Become Travel Rich. She is a points and miles expert, especially all things Alaska Airlines related. Definitely look her up.
Yes, she's fantastic, and I will tag her in the show notes so you guys can very easily just click and follow her there. Our next piece of news is all of the really weird stuff that was happening with TSA and global entry. So you have to know that we're recording this on Sunday. It comes out on Wednesday. We don't know what is going to happen in the next couple of days, but we know that already just today, we woke up this morning hearing TSA PreCheck is shut down across the country. Global entry shut down across the country. Neither of these things will happen. Then, a few hours later, it was like, just kidding. Global entry is shut down. TSA is still operating. Then, it was like, just kidding. Everything will be operational. So, we don't know what's going on.
What is happening? Wacky, wacky Wednesday today.
It literally is. But it is a very good reminder that there are a couple tools that you guys need to have in your tool belt to help you in these kinds of situations. Because if these things were to close down, this could mean very, very long lines for everybody and having to factor in way more travel time into your days. So there are two things that I would really recommend. First, if you do not have global entry, or even if you do, because it might get shut down, who knows, at any given time, apparently. The mobile passport control app has its own line at many, many airports. Not all, but many. A lot of the ones that I've been to coming back into the country. It is an app that you can download, and when you land, you can pull it up, you can scan your documents, you can answer some questions for you and everybody in your party. I was able to do it for my daughter. And then you get to go through a special line when you come in that is much quicker. When we came back from Mexico, I forgot about mobile passport control. Completely forgot until we got downstairs and I saw the little symbol. And at that point, I was like, I'm not going to get my phone out and try to do this now. But that line was about a quarter of the regular customs line when we were coming into Denver.
Yeah, when I just came back from South Africa, I was with a large group of people. Most of us had done this several times, so we all had the mobile passport control app, but we forgot to spread the word in our group and make sure that everyone had it. So there were a handful of people from our group who were in the regular line, just oblivious. The rest of us got through. We're waiting 30 minutes. 45 minutes. The people have still not shown up. So somebody texts the group and is like, guys, did you use mobile passport control, MPC? Can you use that? They literally got out of the regular line, used mobile passport control, and got through almost instantly while they would have still had to wait in the other line for like another 45 minutes. So even if you've already gotten to the security line, if it looks crazy long, it is not too late to quickly do mobile passport control. Maybe even while you're in the line and then hop out of the line and go over to the other one.
Yeah, it does not take long. And it is crazy to me how many people still don't know that this exists. And I honestly kind of almost want to gatekeep it, but we love you guys too much. Eventually, I'm not sure it'll be so effective anymore because once everyone knows about it, but it's okay. The other app that I want to share with you is called My TSA. And it is a very helpful app that you can download where you can actually look at the security lines in your airport and see how long they are at this time. So I was able to download it and look at the St. Louis airport right now and see that there's a max of a 15-minute wait in the security line and that TSA PreCheck is open. So this kind of helps me plan, like, how early do I need to be right now? Now, the thing is, I have not been using this long enough to know how truly accurate it is. So I'm going to be doing some testing in my next few trips to judge whether or not the app is actually telling me the truth about the wait times. And then when I get there and actually go through the line, does it correlate? Is it the same? So that will be interesting, but I still think it could be a helpful tool and hopefully it is fairly accurate. So those are two things for you guys to have in your back pockets.
Okay, on to the next bit of news. United Airlines. Folks, if you are in a United hub, if you love to fly United, Listen up, because they made a ton of changes to their program. And basically, we can't even get into all of the details. So if you live in one of those hubs, definitely dig into it on your own, because you need to know about these changes. It boils down to they are putting a lot of value and emphasis on people holding one of their co-branded cards. So if you plan to fly them, you're really going to want to have a United credit card. Some airlines, whatever, the card helps you. Now, at this point with United, you are really sidelined, and it really hurts you not to have the card. These changes don't go into effect, though, until April 2nd, I believe, beginning of April. So you have a little bit of time to look into their cards, and we'll go through just a couple of the changes that you need to know about. But again, it's a pretty broad thing. It's nuanced, so you want to look into it.
For sure. There's an awful lot going on here, but I think the most important thing for probably our audience in general, and I don't want to overgeneralize because I'm sure some of you do buy cash tickets or do business travel and stuff like that. But in general, the biggest change for me is that you will see the biggest discount on award fares if you are a card holder. So most of us are booking award tickets. Most of us are not booking cash tickets. You will see 10 to 15% discounts as a card holder that you will not see if you are not a card holder. But something to consider in that whole scheme of things is that many times if we're flying United, we're not booking on United, we're booking a partner. So like Mary Ellen said, there's a lot of research to be done if you live in a United hub, if you fly United all the time, if you're booking through United on a regular basis. These are all reasons why you might consider being a co-branded card holder now. But if those things already don't apply to you, there is a very strong chance that these changes don't truly affect you that much.
Couple of other things to note. If you are looking into getting one of the cards, the no annual fee gateway card is not going to allow you to earn more in miles. So with all these new changes, if you're a card holder, you're going to earn a lot more, higher multipliers for your mileage. But if it's the gateway card, that no annual fee card, it's not really in on the goods. So make sure you know which card you're getting and what it qualifies for. Cardholders are going to get better access to Polaris business class saver fares, which is a very big benefit. It's interesting because it's like United is, this is too much. This is too far. But in my mind, I was going to say it's like they're giving the middle finger to the people who actually fly them all the time and earn status. Instead, they're prioritizing the money and the credit card holders and giving them better access to Polaris.
It is very interesting and shocking and unusual. Mary Ellen said middle finger. I think we need to crown this moment. We will not forget this. Her face is turning pink as we speak.
That was a little extreme for me, guys. That was extreme. Okay, also note that kids under 18 who have a Mileage Plus account, they can benefit if their parents are United co-branded card holders. Just make sure your accounts are linked. So you're earning more miles and your kids can earn that boost too because they're too young to have the credit card themselves, but they can benefit from you having the credit card. So, and then another bummer is on basic economy tickets, which many of us with families would be purchasing. If you don't have a co-branded credit card, you don't have premier status, you earn absolutely nothing. And this was a big one for me because I fly on United about once a year, and that's when I go to South Africa. It's a very long flight. On the way to South Africa and back this last time, I earned almost 10,000. It was literally 9,900 and something United miles on that flight, the round trip flight. I don't know. I don't have a United card. So next year, am I going to earn those miles? I don't know. We did a group ticket, so it's not exactly the same as the basic economy fare, but I'm very curious if, this time next year, if I don't have that United card, I could be out of luck.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to it, and we will continue to keep our eye on all of these changes and perhaps dig more into it if it's something that you guys are interested in. Definitely let us know in the Facebook group or email us or DM us on Instagram if this is a topic that you feel really applies to you and you would really like a deep dive into it. We are happy to do that. As is right now, we just wanted to at least include it in our little news roundup of this week. It has been a crazy one.
Okay, guys, that's it. That's all the craziness for now. Do us a favor, head to the show notes. Make sure you sign up for the Why Wonder newsletter. It is a part of our partnership. We are putting out a newsletter twice a week now with Yahoo Travel, and we want that to come straight to your inbox. So sign up via the link in our show notes, and we are so excited. Thank you to those who already have. We really appreciate your support. It's been a fun week since we announced it, and we've had a lot of sweet people in our DMs congratulating us on this new opportunity for us. So thank you to everyone who has been supportive. We appreciate you all.
We sure do. We love all of you. Every single message telling us you signed up for this newsletter already is the best feeling in the entire world. And make sure you're also in the Facebook group, following us on Instagram, all of the things. You can find them in the show notes as always. And we will see you here next week.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. We hope you learned something new and feel inspired to plan your next trip.
Remember, we're travelers sharing our experiences, not financial advisors. So always do your own research and make informed decisions.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow so you never miss a Points and Miles tip.
We'll see you next time on Wonderland on Points.